this time around?
Thank you, Vale. I think and very good afternoon. Very good atmosphere here inside. You can see their fans are coming in, trooping in, and I see Simba Bhora. They're looking ready. So as the Herentals, I think we are expecting a good game. I hope so. And all the boys, if you look at them, their faces, the body language, they are looking ready for the match.
And of course, with me as well is a former Ghana's captain and of course national team trialist, and that is of course Terence Jemba Malunga. Terence, beautiful day for football, a day where the students, they've been giant slayers so far in the Premier Soccer League. Dynamos, Caps United, Highlanders, all struggling to beat this side. Can they be the party spoilers today?
Thanks, Vale. I mean, it's an awesome afternoon. I mean, brilliant atmosphere, good temperature. But I'm looking at the stage of the two teams, and I'm actually looking at the Simba Bhora boys. I mean, you can tell. I mean, they're quite conditioned. I'm actually seeing for the first time a little bit of weight and strength and muscles that I haven't been seeing in the local football. And I mean. Well, to think the students are going to be pushing these boys off the ball, I doubt it. Party spoilers, let's wait and see.
Indeed, so no one is really giving them the party spoilers tag. Of course, that is Herentals. Remember what type of a season. Their team are really, that is when it comes to these big teams, somehow they find a way to beat them or frustrate them. And we wonder if today, of course, can this be the day they also start spoiling the party for Simba Bhora, who are sitting 9 points at the apex of the Premier League. Do you think they've run away with it? Can complacency really creep in, or it doesn't matter with just 5 games to go?
I think this game is more important. Herentals, as you said before, Vale, Herentals, they are party spoilers. They always rise their game when they're playing stronger teams. And if they win this game, Simba Bhora, then they are certain. We all know now they can clinch the title. And this is a very big decider for them. I think they are also cautious and aware about that. And the Herentals themselves, these are their games. We know usually they upset, and we have seen so many games when they played here in Rufaro. They've been upsetting teams, especially when they need points. And I think it's going to be a good game altogether. And Simba Bhora, they know what they want. This is the toughest hurdle for them. And going towards this game, I think they prepared very well, knowing they're playing Herentals, which is not a bad side. And sometimes they can shock and give good results at all. And I wish, to see a very exciting one.
And I spoke to the coach, Celeste Benza, and he was mentioning his team rotation and how important it is that he fits his team, according to the team that he's playing against, because he says I've got a very huge pool of players that he can bring in and call upon. And today he believes that he has gotten, the right kind of team. Do you see them having that kind of attitude to say, we just want to spoil the party here?
Yeah, it's a good tactical change, and I think it helps them. They've done it before, I think so. And trying it again, maybe it works out. I've seen, they brought in the Tino Benza is in there, and I think he knows what he wants to do. Changing players also, it's been a long season for them, and we're almost finishing. Some players also need time to showcase themselves, and this is good tactic for them. I think it has worked. That's why they stick to that.
Well, let me come to Terence Malunga and ask, we have seen crazy things happen in football. Sometimes teams dropping 10, 12, 15 points towards the finish and then end up losing the title as well. With Liverpool, they've done it before, and allowed Manchester United to win the title ahead of them when they led most of part of the season. We've seen crazier things. But do you believe with this side, this, Simba Bhora side, can complacency really creep into the camp? We spoke to the coach earlier on, and he raised his sentiments around that as well. And he was maintaining that it is difficult to motivate players in this kind of circumstances.
Well, I believe in self-motivation. If you're a player, I still remember when we were playing. We came in as really the small boys in the league with Ghana's 2009. And when you feel that you're almost there, I can tell you don't need the coach to tell you that you guys are there, or you don't need the coach to really motivate you. And this is the kind of team that you have. And looking at them, this is I mean, even the coaches has really, unlike Herentals who are still in a rotational mood, this team is riding on consistency. It has been quite consistent, even in the way they are delivering, even in their setup in terms of their team. And the entire season have been I mean, a 3-5-2 kind of formation all the way, and the same players consistent has been key. And to talk about motivation at this point, we really be trying to get something that is really non-existent, especially when it comes to this team.
Let's look at the conditioning of players that Simba Bhora has done. We've spoken about, how their players are looking in terms of their fitness and physique as well. Something that most people have been saying is missing in Zimbabwean football. But we're finding it is possible. How Simba Bhora have done it. These players, when the season started, they were not as how they're looking right now, but they're looking really conditioned and fit and a great squad really that can go all the way and also go on the African safari and compete.
Definitely. I mean, I said it when we visited Simba Bhora sometime when the season was starting. You get there, you see deliberate structuring. You see, I mean, the executive coming in. You see how they are trying to set up their team. That is in line with the club licensing. And when you have a team that is quite deliberate, it's very difficult to really take anything away from them. And this is where Simba Bhora is at the moment. They have been a team that has been consistent. If you ask me, I think the chairman, Mr. Frusa, have brought in a different angle to how Simba Bhora were last year, and this is also attributed to the way they're trying to be professional. You can't necessarily really say when the season was starting, these boys were not as bulky and as conditioned as they are, and it can't be an overnight thing. It's something that is deliberate. It speaks to professionalism. It speaks to the sporting disciplines and the structure that they've really tried to set in place. And the moment you do this, I can tell you, Vale, the moment you do that, it's pretty clear in terms of your seriousness and your wanting to really win.
We see that Tondera Ndiraya hasn't changed the squad that played against Chicken Inn and going for consistency, save for the two changes that he has brought in. Those are the two foreigners that are now, coming into this side to maybe bolster and strengthen the squad as they look ahead to the African safari as well. How does it work for him in this instance? Is it about maintaining the momentum? Yes, we've had the international break, but how does it disturb the rhythm of the players in this instance?
Yeah, I think he has done it right. Maintaining the squad is quite important, and everything is set, and they have got a plan. So you need to stick to the same players, give them more time together, and their combinations has been coming. That's why they've been getting results. So now with the break, I think they kept on training. It could have maybe reduced a little bit of the momentum, especially when you have players who are trying to gain the confidence, but it's an advantage as well. You refresh and come back stronger. I think it's a very good one.
This is match day 30 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League, and of course we are at Rufaro Stadium at the ceremonial home of football, and it promises to give us another humdinger of the match. The students, now we come to the Porinona, obviously is going to start. That is Innocent Benza, the oldest player in local football as well, and it's a Benza affair, and they look content with where they are. They always surprise everyone. Some will always accuse them that they play a main shot, but the results they pull. Do they surprise you at some point?
No, not really. I've seen the consistency. I'm more of a systems guy. I always look at how things work. And if you look at how they always set up, their first half is not really, in most cases, not really good. Yeah, probably, attributed to whatever it is that they try to implement in their team. Obviously, I'm trying to dodge that. Obviously, the oldest player will be playing the first half. And when it gets to the second half, they have really gotten to a point where they know what they do. I mean, they know that if it's second half we go all the way. And the first half, obviously, they're trying to contend and giving the oldest player in the leg a little bit of run. And none of the teams have really managed to really go through them as we thought it would be, looking at how they would be set up in the first half. So this is a team that in any day can upset any team that they meet. And this is what they've been doing. Like you said, they're quite content with where they are, and it's really amazing that they've managed to do so.
Indeed, quite amazing what they've done. That is Herentals, a team that most people believe has got the greatest potential, more of a bogey side for most teams. Ask Norman Mapeza, will tell you that's one of the most difficult fixtures that he is ever going to face in the local Premier Soccer League, because that's always a difficult win, but a fulfilling one nonetheless if they manage to, of course, but there are no pushovers. But let's look at how they're set up today. They're maintaining more of a 4-4-2 kind of formation as well. That is the Herentals against the 3-5-2 that Tonderai Jiraya prefers to make, which is more robust and compact in the middle of the park and controlling the game.
You know, the midfield is everything. You know, that's where the game is played. If you have a stronger midfield, especially if you add a player inside and have a numerical advantage, it's to your advantage. You just have to keep the ball and manage the ball. You have clean passes and create chances. So I think this is quite good. A 3-5-2 formation approach is quite good when you want to win. And of course, the 4-4-2 is you are reserved, you are balanced. You go forward and come back. Both angles and both wings is closed, and you can as well push forward. I would understand, you know, because in this game it's more of a tactical. It's more of a tactical thing, and this is good to imply.
And of course, Herentals do usually use you know, midfield, the creativity of Piri and Marcelo, with Innocent Benza as well coming in, you know, with a few touches, quite important for the team nonetheless, and of course his son as well in there. Your prognosis around that before we go to the coaches?
Marcelo, I think he plays more of a holding, and he will be just doing the dirty work, just to create spaces for Benza Senior. And I think the touch is important as well, but sometimes he always give clean passes, and we have seen him giving an assist, you know. So sometimes it's very, because most players, they find it difficult to get hold of him on the field. So it's quite something good, and I think Piri will also add a value in midfield for Herentals.
All right, earlier on I did manage to catch up with the coaches. Let's get to hear the sentiments and, of course, how they're looking ahead to this encounter. So, with us to just get to hear how he has prepared his team for this week after the international break, an opportunity for them to really put some statistics and get even those that were injured to fully recover as well. So that's a big game for you, and potentially this season you've been known to be giant killers. Could this be another party spoiling kind of performance that you're willing to put this afternoon?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. As the Herentals, we always believe that we're supposed to give 100% performance in every game that we play, be it a friendly game, be it a game that we're fighting for relegation, whatever. So today we're going to give our best, and being at home, we really need the points. Whatever happens to Simba, we don't know, but for us, we need those 3 points. They are crucial for us.
Let's look at the squad that you have available, those that might have available. It's the full strength. We saw an earlier change into your squad as well. What could that be the reason? He was initially the starting 11, but looks like he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I always believe that I'm supposed to rotate my players, because I think that mentality came when I was coaching my development side, where I was giving everyone the opportunity to play. And everyone is supposed to play, especially considering that all the players are coming for training session and they're giving their best to try and prove that they are capable to play. And I always rotate my players, and I don't select teams that I play, but every time I change my players, and today I've brought in new players and a new system again, and hopefully it's going to play for us.
New system, new players are coming through to play. Coach, we certainly wish you all the best, and we hope it will be a great game. That will be a great win for you. I suppose you'll be chasing that as well.
Thank you very much. We really need the win.
Okay, Coach, all the best. All right, there you have it. Celeste Benza, the head coach of Herentals, telling us new tactics, new players, player rotation. It's his style. Let's find out how he will play in the first half of this encounter. A team that is indeed sitting at the apex of the Zimbabwe Premier Soccer League, 9 points clear, and just 2 games away from that is clinching the title in the local Premier Soccer League. That is Simba, Bhora, and right now I've got their head coach, that is Tonderai Jiraya, popularly known as Stanza, or if you like, for some of us, Baba friend. Tonderai, sitting at the apex, international break camp, could it kill your rhythm? And let's look at your team selection for today.
Thank you very much, Valentine, and good afternoon to our viewers. Well, it's it's always difficult, especially when you've got the momentum and then you have to break for the international fixtures. It disturbs your rhythm a bit. But what is good is that we were all on the break. We are all coming and we're going to start at the same level. So yeah, we hope that we're just going to carry on from where we left our things. Yeah, we have pretty much the same lineup that played against Chicken. No changes there, except on the bench where we have brought in two foreign players, like Mumhari and also MADZINZA. Otherwise, the starting level is the same.
All right, so let's look at tactically. You know, sometimes it's difficult to motivate players when they're sitting 9 points ahead of everyone. And of course, they might, complacent might creep in. Your words and your tactics in terms of solving that before you go into this crucial game. Because if you lose it, it could really go down and maybe give you the kind of bad luck that you don't want to invite yourselves.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, especially when you have a nine-point cushion. It's really difficult to motivate the boys. But the good thing is, the players know what they want. They know what they are playing for, what they are fighting for. So their eyes are fully fixed on the title. So yeah, we still have about 15 points to play for. But come on, Valentine, we have a nine-point cushion. So yeah, even if we drop points today, we still have a chance to recover. But we don't want that to happen. We want to go all the way. I know it's difficult. We've got very difficult games coming up in the next few weeks. So yeah, we are just going to do what we have been doing before. What gave us the nine-point cushion is what we're going to be doing. And this game is no exception. We're just going to take it as a tough match and apply ourselves the way we are supposed to.
All the best.
Thank you so
We'll catch up with you after the game.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. That is the Simba Bhora coach, Tonderai Diraya, sitting at the apex. He's talking about the issue to do with complacency. That yes, indeed, it might be difficult to motivate the players, but they need to really finish the job as early as possible. A team that indeed saw you've heard from the two coaches there, gentlemen. Tonderai Diraya sticking to the best formula, that is making sure that he keeps the same team that won against Chicken in, only bringing two changes to the bench. Those are the two foreigners. Looks like they're looking ahead.
So much looking ahead, and obviously speaks to you how deliberate they are, how the intent that they do have to really have this championship in the back, and that's consistency for you. And they have been doing pretty well, especially at the central defense with Tafa marshalling it. And for me, has been quite underrated, but doing the job pretty well.
Your prediction for this one?
Well, obviously for me, it's Simba. The scoreline has to be a 2-goal difference.
And of course, Justice Machavi, a quick one. The prediction for you, as we heard from the coaches.
It's a close one. I think a 2-1 for Simba Bhora.
2-1 for Simba Bhora. So let's go to Stanley Katande and Joseph Gani as they give us live commentary of this encounter. Match day 30 of the Casalaga Premier Soccer League.
A very good afternoon to you all and welcome to Rufaro Stadium. It's Herentals, the home team, taking on Simba Bhora from Shamva. These two teams, well, if you didn't know, are bitter rivals. A rivalry that emanated from Division 1 when both teams were in the same division, and the fight for promotion was so intense that gamesmanship was the order of the day. Now they square up in the Premier League today. Simba Bhora in green as they come across to perform the pre-match ritual of greeting their opponents. And we see some familiar faces. Talbot Shumba once played for the national team. Well, he's still contesting for that because Michael Nice is in the stadium, and the end of these players will try to impress the German mentor. As we see there, Walter Msona, who now turns out for Simba Bhora. He is the captain as well, ready to conduct the toss. Confirmation of the two protagonists this afternoon. Herentals versus Simba Bhora. Simba Bhora, of course, are chasing the league title. And Herentals would like to finish in a respectable position. Currently, they lie 8th. not a very bad position given the way things are in the Premiership. And in the commentary box with me is Joseph Nkani. Joseph, a quick look at these two teams, how they shape up, and what you think of the end result.
Oh yes, yeah, thank you, Stanley. We are coming here to see a game that is pitting two protagonists who have a history of having to fight it out from way back in their Division 1 days. And of course, they've carried their fight to the Premier Soccer League. Of course, Herentals came into the Premier League first or ahead of Simba Bhora. So Simba Bhora are the newbies in the league in as far as this contest is concerned. But at the moment, we see Simba Bhora are topping the log, and Herentals are lying lowly in 8th. And Simba Bhora are, at the moment, one will be justified to say they are champions elect. So we hope they will then solidify that position and make sure they stay clear of the chasing pack. Because already they are sitting on 60 points out of 29 games, and their next rival is Ngezi, who are in second position on 46 points. So that's a gap of 21 points already. So which means, yeah, Simba Bhora are poised to land the league. But we'll see if Herentals can be party spoilers this afternoon.
Yes, Herentals, a brief look at their lineup there. Young Tino Benza is quite a handful. Brighton Majarira and his brother Blessing are players to watch in the Herentals outfit. And this is Simba Bhora now with some experienced players in their lineup. Yes, Talbot Shumba, Tanunurwa Talbot Shumba in between the sticks, and they can expect the best in terms of goalkeeping. But of course, they also have Walter Msona, young brother to Zimbabwe's former captain, who scored a brace wearing Zimbabwean colors in South Africa when they beat Namibia by 2-0. That leaves Zimbabwe with needing just a point. And this is Herentals in their pre-match ritual, just trying to solidify camaraderie, unit of purpose. Whether they will do it is anybody's guess. But of course, they are here to give the front runners a good run for their money. That is Simba Bhora. Simba Bhora have managed to bring in some experienced players, the likes of Blessing Moyo and Walter Msona, Talbot Shumba. These are players that will make your team strong, Joseph.
Oh yes, indeed. These are seasoned campaigners in the local premiership. And of course, Simba Bhora have to be commended for their investment into the team. And not only on the field of play, they have seasoned Tondera Indiraya on the bench. Well, of course, Tondera Indiraya is seeking his first league title. He has probably won everything else, but the league title has eluded him. But now he's facing an opportunity to land that title, his maiden title, and seal off his name as one of the top coaches in the land.
Oh yes, indeed. With 21 points, as a cushion, it is quite possible. The kickoff, we're underway here at Rufaro Stadium as Simba Bhora is giving each other a feel of the ball before playing it forward. Talbot Shumba has got Blessing Oyo. He's trying to move away from his marker, and immediately an infringement from Majarira Blessing. So that will be a free kick taken by Blessing Moyo, headed away by Herentals. Here's Simba Bhora now, and again, late tackle. Simba Bhora player. That of course was Timon Machope. He can be a handful. So is Walter Msona, who is spotting the ball very carefully. He can make it very dangerous here. I remember when he scored against Nigeria in Rwanda. It was a perfectly taken free kick with Herentals goalkeeper close to his post. Let's see how he plays this one. It's taken low and easily cleared away. Picked up Junior Makunike into the center. Msona couldn't collect, and this one goes away for a goal kick. Goal kick to be taken by Tafazwa Chikosi. Plays it short on the far side. With another challenge coming in, and easily played into touch. comes in, but these two teams haven't settled down, and they're not giving each other any space at all. But this is Majarira. Again, easily taken away. Simba Bhora knocking it forward. Machope. Waltamsona running into space, and Taco brings him down. And the clearance doesn't get very far. Collected well by Herentals. They're trying by all means to match Simba Bhora. Well, I thought that tackle was fair and square, but not according to the referee this afternoon, Mapanje Lloyd. As we see the crowd settling down to some of their victory songs. That's Simba Bhora fans. And the ball on the near touchline here. This is Herentals pushing forward. Benza tried a flick. Didn't work out. If that had come off, I tell you.
It would have been one for the headlines.
Exactly.
There, it would have been an assist from ageless Innocent Benza.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, they were not on the same page with the striker, with the teammate there, and then of course possession was turned over.
Yeah, indeed. And here's once again Simba Bhora, but tightly monitored as the ball is played through to Benza. Lifts it forward, the flick header, and that one goes back to the goalkeeper, to Talbot Shumba. Benza well into his 50s, but still running around on the field of play. Could possibly be the oldest player still playing active football in the world. That's a record.
Yes, sir, he's definitely the oldest player in the local premiership, and also wearing other hats in different quarters. He's also an honorable member of parliament.
Indeed, an honorable member of parliament. And, well, they've won possession. Here's a chance, but the delivery was poor. And it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Talbot Shumba. Simba Bhora are well aware of the fact that, look, if they avoid defeats, they do have a chance. Machope, but tightly monitored there by Joseph Chitawira. Ball into touch as we look to see here the Herentals bench. Let's wait for the corner to come. Is it a throw-in, rather?
Yeah, it is a throw-in.
Throw-in it is. Second long dip into enemy territory, headed away, but doesn't get very far. Clicked on there by Benza. Again, it's out of play. The pattern of play still a bit sketchy. Both teams being very cautious. They don't want to lose possession when inside their own area. Yeah, Tafa just being told to get on with it by his coach, Celestino Benza. Here comes the throw, picked up by Blessing Moyo. As Simba Bhora continue to knock the ball around. Here they come once again, looking for Machope. Tightly monitored, ball played into touch. Another throw. Webster Tafa to Machope, who plays infield, finding the captain, Waltamsona. But then he's taken away by Herentals. I must say they're doing a very good job of marking out their opponents. As we also see Simba Bhora giving us a victory sign. Is it going to be the final result? Let's wait and see. Maybe they're getting so used to winning, having played 6 minutes here at Rufaro Stadium. Tino Benza, the captain, finds Majarira, gets the return pass. A tackle comes in, referee plays advantage. Here they come now. Long cross, looking for Majarira, it's headed away. This time will be picked up by Herentals. The cross looks good. Headed wide on the far side. Is he going to keep the ball in play? Oh, yes! Very nearly. And it goes out of play for a goal kick. That was some persistence.
That was some persistence, Stanley, I agree with you. And it also tells of the story that, of course, Simba Bhora have been hitting the passes and maybe more ball possession at the moment. But the moment that Herentals went forward, they had an opportunity to punish Simba Bhora out of that incident. So, yes, it's a game that can go either way. But so far, that's probably the first threat at goal that we've seen, and it's coming from the way of Herentals. Oh,
yes, indeed. Herentals are just showing what they can do as Tauba Shumba clears. Headed away by Herentals. They are defending well. Walter Msona neatly takes it away, flicks it up, offside against Machope, according to far side assistant referee. Kept his eye on the ball, and young Benza can't control. It's picked up by Walter Msona. This is the danger man, checks in field. Plays it through, looking for Machope. Does he get it? Oh, yes, he does. He turns in field and blocked. But Simba Bhora still fighting for possession. Then inside the area. What a tackle! My goodness me. That was brilliant. Joseph Chitavira. That was a goal-saving tackle.
That's a very decisive clearance, and it was a desperate clearance. And of course, he can do with a corner in that case, but otherwise, he saved the life of Herentals. Definitely, Simba Bhora were sure in on goal.
Definitely, the Simba Bhora player was closing in on goal. And Herentals are now singing the praises of Chitavira for making that save. That was a brilliant tackle. And the timing inside the box, many defenders would have committed. Let's have a second look at it. Here it comes, headed forward. And when he thought Machope rather thought that he was going to score, but Chitavira had other ideas. Simba Bhora with the corner kick, being taken from the far side by the captain, Walter Msona. I'm sure the referee would like to sort out one or two things inside the box. Perhaps a bit of argy-bargy. And the corner kick will be delayed. He's calling on the goalkeeper. And the Simba Bhora striker looks like Machope. It's Blessing Moyo. He's gone in to help his strikers. Now he's marked by Blessing Majarira. The corner will come from Walter Msona. Here it comes, headed down. And they've taken their time. Bounces inside the area. The goalkeeper punches it over the bar. Well, the Simba Bhora supporters thought that had gone in. As you can see them in jovial mode. Now they know it's out for another corner.
Very promising for Simba Bhora, and that corner, of course, was dangerous for goalkeeper Takuzwa Shkosi. He had to make sure that he parries that ball over the bar without taking chances of trying to kick the ball into his palms.
Let's see how the corner will come now. Walter Msona to take it. The Simba Bhora captain, it comes inside the area. Oh, here's the bind out of play. That was close. So close indeed.
Herentals survive. A header from Machope there grazing the upper side of the crossbar, which means that sounds as a warning to Herentals that we are coming, and Simba Bhora are looking threatening at the moment. The scales are now tilting in the Simba Bhora's favor. They are now threatening more, and Herentals are better advised to watch those long crosses that are being flighted into the box. They could actually be proving to be dangerous at the end of it all.
Oh, indeed, they certainly will be very dangerous. Now the goalkeeper, Takuzwa Shkosi, ready to dispatch it. He wants his players upfield. He plays a long searching ball, headed on by Innocent Benza. The honorable man, another clearance, but this time it will be picked up by Simba Bhora. They find support on the near side, onto the captain, and now neatly taken away. Some lovely skills. Simba Bhora going through, lovely ball. Oh, really? How I wish we had VAR. Because to me it looked like the run was timely taken But according to far side assistant referee Wilmai Muroiwa, it's offside, but that was a close call.
That was a good move, a good run by Roland Kangadzi on the right-hand side, and we wait to see if he was definitely onside or offside, if we only could have a replay of it, and it was a good call, it was a good opportunity for him. He threaded his way through into the edge of the box, and of course there was nothing else that Herentals could do to defend that ball. It was certainly going to be a threatening moment for Herentals.
Yes, Simba Bhora playing like champions elect, and they want to break the deadlock as early as possible. Only 12 minutes played here at Rufaro Stadium, the home of football. The clearance by Takuzwa Chikosi drops kindly for Simba Bhora. Here is Machope, but tightly monitored, and he falls under challenge. Referee says play on. Good clearance coming in again from Majarira Brighton, and the player is down, injured. The referee immediately calls on the medics to attend to the injured player, and again we pray that is nothing serious. It looks like it's a Blessing Majarira who is in pain, a veteran who has seen it all for Herentals since their Division 1 days, and he's being attended to. We hope that it will be something that he can recover from. Finally, Majarira is up and about and ready to carry on. As we take a look again at how it all happened. Well,
It didn't
normally,
look malicious.
it didn't look.
I think maybe if it's a case of the ball hitting above his head,
Yes.
yeah, more than an infringement on the part of the defending player.
Yeah, I've been unlucky there for Simba Bhora to be penalized. But I think the referee is starting with a drop ball,
Yeah, so yeah,
which
he
is
didn't
only
penalize.
fair. He didn't penalize anyone.
Yes. He just stopped it because it was a head injury.
Indeed, he didn't see the offense, and I think the replay justifies him. Here they come again, Simba Bhora. Shauna Chipunza finding support from Blessing Moyo. Moyo picks it up again, former Zimbabwe player. He went to South Africa, came back, played for FC Platinum. Tangaza on the far side, and here's a chance with Tino Benza. Turns away from his marker. The cross looks good. Doesn't get very far. Here's a chance here. Blessing was it. Now taken away by Simba Bhora. Tino Benza winning it, but illegally according to the referee. Free kick to Simba Bhora. The Shamba-based outfit finding life difficult because their rivals, well, like we said, they do have a rivalry that dates back during their Division 1 days, and it still exists. This is what happened. Again, it was marginal, but of course, the ref is in charge, and he says a free kick, which Blessing Moyo takes, playing it into midfield, finding Shauna Chipunza. Saunyama, back to Tafa. Tafa in the center to Chipunza, who plays it through, and it goes all the way back to goalkeeper Takuzwa Chikosi. Herentals in possession, forced to play the ball early. This is a good-looking one. Walter Msona controls it well. Finds support, plays it through, back to Msona. The tackle comes in from Herentals. I must say they look very good in defense, Herentals. And for a moment I thought Saunyama was going to get away with it. The referee blows free kick to Herentals, quickly taken. With the superb defender, Stavira Joseph, on the far side as they come again. This is and he's trying to find Majarira. That one taken away. Machope is on the far side, and he gets a slap in the face there, accidental one I must say, but nonetheless the far side assistant referee has awarded a free kick to Simba Bhora.
Yes, it was not a very, an intentional slap in his face. I mean, these were two players fighting for the same ball. Of course, arms are bound to fly all over the place, but it was accidental. But of course, we see the referee, Lloyd Mapanje, awarding a free kick to Simba Bhora, which of course is going to be taken by Captain Walter Musona on the far side.
Yes, Walter Musona lining up to take it, but I'm sure Stanza, that is Tondra Ndiraya, will be happier with Walter Musona in the box as we take a second look at how the incident happened. And the ref's attention has been drawn to the near touchline here by the fourth match official, Nelson Tabani Bamala. Nelson Uxosa is the match commissioner. And the ref gets ready to restart the match with Walter Musona taking the free kick. Plays a good one inside the area. Chitavira heads it away. Another clearance by Chitavira. He's everywhere. Blessing Moyo. Simba Bhora knocking the ball with a lot of purpose to Walter Musona. Goodness me, offside, but my goodness, that was a delicious cross. And of course, the intended striker did very well, but unfortunately he could not beat the far side assistant referee, Harry Masina, denied by the goalkeeper, but the cross Musona once again.
Yes, a very beautiful cross for coming from right-hand side channel from Walter Musona. It was very inviting, and of course, Harrison Masina was rightfully justified to go for a header, and of course, the Herentals goalkeeper was good to the task, a point-blank save, which would have been decisive in that situation.
Yes, and certainly it didn't go in, and another header from Herentals out of play for a throw-in to be taken by Simba Bhora. Is it Herentals rather? They're playing it backwards, being forced by the tight marking from Simba Bhora. Blessing more beaten in the air. Talbot Shumba will take this one. Shumba waits for his players to move into the preordained positions. Tafa infield. And taken down from behind. Sona glides away from his marker. So comfortable on the ball, young Walter Musona. Yes, Tafa. Take Sawnyama. Picked up once again. This is Tafa going forward. Simba Bhora doing so well to pass the ball around, and they try to do it in a stylish way. If they can concentrate on just making, straightforward passes, Simba Bhora are playing some good football.
Yes, if they can, maybe it's not the time for any flamboyancy at the moment. Just keep the basics simple, do the right thing, be efficient with the ball. You probably are most likely to get something out of this game. But at the moment, yes, we can confirm that Simba Bhora are playing beautiful football. And, there's that element that they need now in the final third to kill off the move that they are creating. But otherwise, Simba Bhora are having the upper hand at this moment. And the Herentals, of course, are doing so well to maintain their defensive shape and frustrating Simba Bhora as much as they can. But right now, it's Simba Bhora who's looking to have a sniff at goal in this encounter so far, the time that we've played so far.
Oh, yes, indeed. 20 minutes played, nearly 21 now. And, some fans not happy. These are the security details here at Rufaro Stadium. They make sure that their clients are well taken care of. Throwing Majarira, Brighton. Now to his captain, Takuzwa Chikosi. Taking his time. Plays it wide. Checks and field, and they're given away again. Playing themselves into trouble. Comes into the center of the field as they go forward. This is Kauna Spunza to Musona. Spunza once again. Virtually stands on the ball. Tafa will collect it. Back to Chipunza. For a moment he wanted to play to Blessing Moyo, but decided that here they are now. Makunike Jr. Picked up by Moyo. Back to Makunike. Simba Bhora enjoying a lot of possession, but easily taken away. This is Benza. Beats his marker. Wonderful done by Benza. Wow. Clearing out the youngsters, just showing them a thing or two. He's been there before. And the crossfield pass goes out of play, but my goodness me, Benza may go quiet, but when he decides to come on the scene, Joe, he makes sure you don't forget this.
Definitely, he has his moments, and I'm sure that move from Honorable Benza was one for his constituency. He made sure they had a good laugh and they enjoying a beautiful moment of football there. A beautiful flick, and mind you, that's not the first one we have seen out of him this afternoon. So it's a man who's out there enjoying himself.
There he is there. That's exactly how it worked. And wonderfully backheeled to the player in a good position. Innocent Benza. Tafa for Simba Bhora. That one played into touch. Majarira Brighton taking care of that situation. But Simba Bhora in possession. Throw in is taken. Blessing Moyo clips it wide to the far side. It's headed on there. The tussle for possession won by Herentals. This is a good looking situation for them. Turning infield. Now it comes to Tino Benza. Playing it to the near side. Can you bring in a cross? That's overcooked. Out of play for a goal kick. Brilliant move. Spoiled by poor cross.
Yeah, the poor cross coming from the right hand side. I think Herentals, they played and exchanged a number of passes which were actually promising, but the final delivery let them down. They had been cut back inside and even of the proper altitude as opposed to flighting it up over the heads. Herentals would have gotten something out of that situation. But the worst thing that they did was to deliver a poor cross from the right hand side and therefore thereby fluffing their chance in that situation.
Oh yes, indeed, fluffing their chances. They had managed to beat the defense for once, and this was a glorious opportunity. And I'm sure Benza, the coach, will not be happy with his player at halftime. He will probably give him an earful on why he decided to forget the basics. Majarira clears for Herentals. Here they come once again. The pass is to nobody. Out, that was Shane Sumauchi, and Takutwa Chikosi plays it short. Giving it to Punashe Mpuma. Ball drops and clearance under pressure. And protestation, the chance here now. The cross comes in, it's played behind the intended striker. And once again, Herentals survive. Here they're coming through. What can they do with it now? Another opportunity for them comes in. Kakudu Blessing loses possession. And the ref intervenes and says that Tino Benza was brought down, and that will be a free kick to Herentals, who are beginning to look dangerous whenever they have got possession. And on this occasion, the free kick is in a very good looking position. Anyone with a good right foot curler can cause problems for Simba Bhora.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff that we saw in this past few seconds. We saw Yoko Junior Makunike failing to knitting across to center for his striker, and then the ball was quickly countered into the Simba Bhora half, and then of course we saw Captain there being Captain Tino Benza being harassed and brought down to the ground, ending Herentals a free kick, and we see there Honorable Benza and Kagodo coming in, hoping to flight a ball into the box. We'll wait to see how that comes out.
Yes, sir. Benza Senior walks away, leaving it now for Ugudu. The cross comes in and punched away by Shumba Talbot. Oh, he did very well. That was going to steal its way into the near side corner.
It was a brilliant free kick that was taken, a direct free kick for that matter. And of course, anyone would have been deceived to expect a cross on the far post, but the striker there took in at the near post, and of course, Timon Vula was quick to the task and he saved the good cross.
This one cleared away, but not quite. Another cross. Denza was waiting, but he's beaten in the air. And in the end, Simba Bhora can collect. Lovely touch from Musona. A good play by the youngster. This is dangerous.
My word. What a waste. What a waste. He wanted to come and beat the goalkeeper from range, but there was a player running on the far side who would have expected that he would lay in a cross on the ground, and that would have been a tap-in goal for Simba Bhora. But that's a fluffed opportunity by Simba Bhora.
Indeed, and the fans are not happy. They would have wanted something better. This is what happened.
Harrison Masina
sure
would have done better there.
He should have done a lot better. Kangadzi looking for support. Machope beaten in the air. Good clearance by Joseph Stavira. Simba Bhora recollect possession. This is one thing that Herentals need to address. They are losing possession rather too easily. It's Blessing Oil. Posts a long one forward. And this one will be taken by the goalkeeper, Takus Vachkosi. For the students.
I agree with you, Stanley. If you look at the Herentals are doing well to stop the forays from Simba Bhora. But their problem is when they get the ball, what do they do with it? They quickly turn over position to Simba Bhora's favor, which is something coach needs to work on at halftime to say, guys, when we win the ball, we need to protect the ball equally so. But, well...
And
let's say
two players there had their legs tangled, and I think the Simba Bhora player seems to be Roland Kangadzi. He produced a yelp of pain. But of course, Majarira has also stayed down, injured. And hopefully the two players will be able to continue with this match here. Nobody wants to make an injury-inspired substitution. That's exactly how it happened. Yeah, when Majarira went down, his legs were still clutching onto Kangadzi's leg, who fell in an awkward position, and hopefully he will be able to recover.
Yeah, their legs were entangled and thereby causing that serious injury. Yeah, and then he landed on his leg. Yeah, and of course he wouldn't escape it because the Herentals player's body was over his leg, and it was unfortunate. I hope it's not a serious injury. It's something that can be attended to, and the players continue. Oh, there is a signal from the medical team there indicating that all is well. He is not in danger.
Yes, indeed, and we have to say well done to the medical team for quickly attending to their injured player, and I'm sure he has to leave the field of play momentarily before rejoining after the game has started. Roland Kangadzi was very unfortunate when he broke loose. Was judged to have been offside, as we see there. Paul Chimalizeni, Popopo. The guy has been around for quite some time. He's a veteran in the game despite his young age.
Yeah, he's been in the trenches for some time now. He's one of the sharp minds in the game, and you can actually see that is a man who's progressing, and hopefully his career will scale to dizzy heights.
Yes, indeed. We're talking about Paul Chimalizeni, the assistant coach at Simba Bhora. Free kick awarded. There is Benza, the coach. Celestino headed away there by Simba Bhora, and Herentals opted for a throw-in, which they will take with Sidanshem Puma. But he leaves it now for Blessing Kagudu, who leaves it as well from Puma Tinashe. Finally taken long inside the area. Challenge for possession. Simba Bhora will clear, but it falls kindly to Simba Bhora, finally playing that ball into touch.
I think Ishane Sumauchi in that instance got himself into a spot of bother. He had an opportunity to play that ball out the first instance, and then he decided not to touch it and then follow it through. But that eventually exposed him.
Yes, indeed, the cross, well intended for the far post, it goes out of play. Goal kick to be taken by Taubet Tanunu Rwashumba. Shumba now waits and waits. It's Blessing Moyo. Creates space, running on the other side, but closely monitored by Tino Benza. Talbot Shumba taking his time. Finally clears the ball downfield. Easily met there. Here comes once again Simba Bhora. Playing with a lot of possession. And this time it's all the way back to the goalkeeper, Tanunu Rwashumba, who plays a short one to find Blessing Moyo. The return pass a bit awkward, but Moyo controls it well. This one straight to the wrong man. Herentals doing well as they come forward now. They've got Benza who dummies it for Kagudu. Infield. Still to Kagudu. Past one man. Looking for a second. Kapuma checks in field. They play it backwards. Majarira finding support, but this time around Kapuma gets it. And this one will go straight. Oh, danger here, Benza! Oh, this one over the bar. He went for power instead of precision. And momentarily, the Simba Bhora defense looked at 6s and 7s.
Yes, they allowed the Herentals to trade and exchange a few passes there, but of course Captain Benza fluffed that chance and going for power as opposed to going for precision. I think he would have done better for picking up his spot and placing that ball, but he decided to kill the goalkeeper and rip the nets off, which at the end of it all, it didn't yield anything.
There it is.
That's what's good for the terraces, good for a rugby try, not for a football match.
Yes, the clearance once again by Talbot Shumba. And referee intervenes. And that was a free kick to Herentals. 11 minutes to the Oranges. 0-0 the scoreline at Rufaro Stadium. The fans continue to sing from Simba Bhora, but some of them are a bit concerned here. 21 points in the lead. I'm yet to see a team lose the title with such a healthy lead.
Yeah, they are sitting comfortably at the top of the log. Simba Bhora. Right now, it's up to them to lose it. It's not about up to them winning it. Right now, it's about Simba Bhora losing the league title. But so far, they are sitting comfortably at the crest of the local premiership. And they hope to pick points out of this game and avoid losing and dropping more points as they go and seek league title glory.
Oh, yes, indeed. Benza with another flick, which works out well. Ball played to the near side by Kapuma, finding Kagudu. Blessing Kagudu as Herentals are going through. The cross comes in, easily taken away, and the Simba Bhora can work their way out of trouble. Here comes Msona now. Msona flips it forward. That's overcooked. I'm sure he was trying to surprise the goalkeeper, was it?
I think he wanted to try and flag the ball to the left-hand side, left corner flag, but of course it's the execution that went wrong. I think he wanted to release this player who was on the run on the left channel.
Majarira plays it in field for Kapuma. Long crossfield pass. Drops into the center. And Innocent ends up beaten to it. This is Blessing Moyo. Plays it downfield looking for Machope. Tightly monitored. And comes to the near side. Out of play. Throw into Simba Bhora. 0-0 the scoreline. It's quickly taken to Blessing Moyo. Was very promising as an under-20. Played for the under-20s and under-23s. And briefly played in South Africa. But back home now. As Simba Bhora knock it around. Going forward with Shani Sumauchi. Playing it right back. Long searching ball and nobody on the other end of the field. Majarira can clear. Finding Kagudu. for Herentals. Benza chests it down. Tinotenda. Play to the near far side. Still Herentals in possession. Tino Benza couldn't beat his marker. And crude tackle. The Herentals player, a yellow card, the first one of the afternoon.
Yeah, I think Blessing Piri saw that he had lost the attacker there. He had no hope, he had no chance of stopping that play, and then he had to go for the man. But the ball had actually been released into space, and the Simba Bhora player was actually chasing on to that ball, and he was impeded by Blessing, who deservedly earns himself a yellow card.
Yes, indeed. Referee Mapanje flashing a yellow card for that offense. And Simba Bhora in possession with Tafa. Here's Walter Msona. Loses this one. Spunza. Finding support from Saunyama. To the far side. Mauchi Shanesu to Blessing Moyo. Saunyama once again. Moyo receives a short pass. Simba Bhora. Oh, wonderfully done. That nearly came off at the Herentals. Doing well to defend. And finally they play it away. Doesn't get very far. Blessing Moyo. Once again a sliding tackle. Wins the ball. He falls under challenge. Play on, says the referee. Here's the cross from Kangadzi, but plays it along the line on the far side. It's a low one down the center. And this one out of play for a throw in. This time going away to Herentals, who are quite happy to see that one go out of play. Yeah, but there were moments when Herentals were making so many mistakes in defense, they could easily have been punished there.
Yeah, Simba Bhora didn't punish them in that case, in that situation. As we see a man down in the Herentals box being attended to the medics. But here we've seen wave after wave on both ends of the pitch. Simba Bhora also threatening in their own way, and the Herentals coming in moments, rare moments, but promising moments. But still, we still have a situation where Simba Bhora are having an upper hand, but they are just taking that bite, that sting, that final ball that kills off a move to end themselves a goal. We probably, the longer it stays like this, the Herentals will gain more confidence in the game and can probably even sneak 1 or 2 goals and surprise Simba Bhora out of this game.
Oh yes, indeed.
Anything can happen. Football can be cruel. You can waste your chances, and then one chance that your opponent gets can actually seal off a match.
Indeed, it's quite possible because they are depending on the counter-attack, and they've had those opportunities once or twice, and could easily have sneaked in a goal. And I can see Celestino Benza, the coach, just giving instructions to his players. And this is the incident that led to the free kick. And finally now, ball played back. This is Blessing Moyo. Poorly done. Piri plays it forward. Benza beaten in the air. Comes back to Tafa. Here they come now, Simba Bhora. Pushing forward to Chipunza. This is Msona. Turns one way, then the other. Plays it to the near side. That was a clever move inside the area. The cross looks good. Not good enough, and this one rolls out of play. But Simba Bhora, I must admit that, look, they can stitch together some good passes, and it's only 1 or 2 issues that they need to sort out. Once they get it perfect, they could easily overrun this league.
I agree 100%. They are stitching the passes, they are creating the chances, but they are just not turning the chances over into goals. Hopefully, they won't live to regret the chances that they are wasting.
Oh, yes, indeed. As Chikosi prepares to dispatch the kick downfield in a goalless situation. If you're joining us for the first time, we are here at Rufaro Stadium. It's Herentals, the home team, taking on Simba Bhora from Shamba. Simba Bhora are the league leaders with 21 points in the lead as the ball is played Ishane Sumauchi with a massive clearance out of play on the far side. Throw into Herentals. Quickly taken. Benza finding his, well, that's his father for you. In real life. Jersey number 9 is father to jersey number 7 in the Herentals outfit. This is now Tafa. Along the ground looking for Machope. He had gone quiet for a while. Machope finds support from Musona. Very comfortable on the ball. What a dummy. Machope runs into space. The cross comes in. Nobody home for Simba Bhora.
Junior Makunike had gone in and ventured into the box there. Had he found the right elevation, he would have had a proper connection and heading, or either even tapping into the net. And that was another chance created now by Machope, running down the left channel and sending in a brilliant cross, a beautiful, enticing cross into the box. But of course, Junior Makunike wasn't available there to connect the ball into the net.
Yeah, with Simba Bhora pushing and pushing. One of these days they'll get the chances. Tafa plays it back to Makunike, to Blessingmoy rather. And throw in now to Herentals, the students. Kagudu is looking interested. Brighton Majarira ready to dispatch the throw in. Long throw. Hit it away. Msona getting involved. The clearance is good, but the referee's flag is up. Assistant referee. Kagudu was impeded. That will be a free kick in a promising position for Herentals.
We have a situation of mind games. There, Simba Bhora trying to defend the free kick, the set piece. We have a situation where there were 2 balls on the pitch, and Simba Bhora were not in a hurry to take the other ball out, so that we remain with only 1 ball on the pitch. So another mind game, a tactful way of delaying a free kick from being taken by your attacker.
Right, let's see what Tino Benza can do. Tino Benza dummies once. And the referee walking across looking like he's going to say something to the young player. A chance here. Oh, they miss it. But another opportunity. And this one cleared away. Piri. But again, cleared away. But that was a dangerous tackle. The referee didn't see it. And I'm glad to say that the Simba Bhora player is able to get up and continue playing. Machope on the far side now. Makunike finding support. Machope, but again gives it away. Miscued clearance. Still the ball in the air. Blessing Moyo takes it away. Now they come again to the near side here, and this one poorly done. It goes out of play. Throw in.
I think Simba Bhora should be advised or warned that the chances that they are wasting, and probably a one rare chance that can fall Herentals' way, can actually be a decider out of this game. Certainly Herentals are here holding fort and hoping that they don't get damaged, but the moment they go up front, they're actually threatening as well. So Simba Bhora may do themselves a favor by just finding a goal for their safety and comfort.
Oh yes, indeed, you're quite right in that assessment, because Herentals are looking dangerous whenever they counter-attack. Here they are now with a free kick. Majarira, Brighton, ready to dispatch the ball forward in a goalless situation, but he's being told now by the goalkeeper Tafkatskosi to leave it so that he can play the ball down. It's a long one. Chigudu chasing, keeps it under control. It goes out. Tafa plays the ball into touch for a throw into Herentals to be taken by Blessing Piri. Piri with a long throw. Away, out of danger. Musona can collect. Picked up once again by Simba Bhora. Kunika plays it forward. He's trying to find support, and will he get it? The Herentals are looking good and well organized when defending. And this one goes out of play for a throw-in. You know, Herentals may have problems, in other areas of the field, but I think in defense they are very disciplined.
Yes, Herentals are actually doing better in terms of maintaining or containing Simba Bhora. If you look at them when they are not in position, when they are defending a move, you can actually see a clear white line of 5 defenders defending the ball, defending their ball. But at the end of the day, you then ask yourself that could it be a strategy by the coach to say he just wants to come into the first half and contain Simba Bhora and then probably sting them in the second half. We'll wait and see what the second half will then bring. But so far, defensively, the Herentals have done so well.
Yes, indeed, they've done so well. No wonder why we've got a goalless draw at the moment as we drift towards the end of the first 45 minutes. We haven't seen anything from the assistant referee on the near side here. Tafa collects, plays it forward, and that's too far ahead of Walter Msona. Msona, the emerging star, and finally the ref blows to end the first 45 minutes here at Rufaro Stadium. 0-0 the scoreline, but of course Simba Bhora with lots of possession, and Simba with Herentals depending very much on counter-attacks. But of course, we'd like to have your thoughts, Joseph, on the first 45 minutes.
First 45 minutes, Stanley, I think we've seen a Simba Bhora that has been more threatening, more promising, but one thing that has been their undoing has been their lack of efficiency in front of goal. They haven't had that sting, they didn't have that bite, they didn't have that killer instinct, but everything else, Simba Bhora have been doing so well. They've been finding each other, they've been coming through for each other and breaking down the Herentals lines. But one line that they failed to break is the goalkeeper's line to find a goal. Then on the other side, when you look at the Herentals, here is a team that has been steady defensively. They've done well to protect their goalkeeper. What they've been doing not so well has been the way they go up front. They've been quickly turning over possession to Simba Bhora and losing the ball in more cases than one would expect them to. But at the end of the day, we see Simba Bhora threatening more than Herentals, but Herentals holding fort.
Yes, the Herentals holding fort. It's goalless here at Rufaro Stadium. And again, talking about the crowd, not a very good crowd this afternoon. I think it's even less than 3,000.
Yeah,
but of course, very enthusiastic as we see Herentals fans there, in full voice, backing their team. Hopefully that the team will be able to upstage the opponents. And in a moment, we'll be going down to the touchline to Valentine Mabugu and his match analyst for halftime analysis.
Indeed, goalless it remains right here at Rufaro Stadium. And what started as a match with so many chances being missed or being served in that instance with DC, that is the championship aspirants, that is Simba Bhora hitting the crossbar, as well as the goalkeeper for Herentals making themselves. Herentals as well themselves getting some opportunities in this first half. But to help us unpack and look at how the first half panned out as it remains goalless, I still have that is Terence Jemba Malunga as well as Justice Chief Majavi. Terence, I'll start with you. Your assessment of the first 45. We've seen how the two teams are set up in the first half. Herentals more of a 4-3-3 formation up front, and Simba Bhora playing a 3-5-2. We're hoping that maybe in the middle of the park they could control the game, but looks like they didn't really control the game in this starting 45.
Kind of disappointed that they didn't control as I thought they would. But I've realized that they are a bit stagnant in the middle of the park. They've employed 3 defensive midfielders, and among those 3, none of them is really that much of a ball player. You need when you employ a 3-5-2, in most cases you need to have a fluid midfield. You need to have, especially in the central park, you need to have one ball player. I mean, you need to have that player that has the ability to go up and down. And I think that's for me that's what is lagging a bit, because you have Makunike, Chipunza, and Saunyama. These for me are equally all central midfielders who are more comfortable with the ball when they are marking and probably playing right in the depth. They're not box to box, and this is where probably Simba Bhora hasn't been effective. And if you look at the chances that they've created, not as many. And this is the difference with the Herentals. The Herentals have actually tried to create chances, and obviously the oldest player in the league is doing pretty well.
Now let's look at Jussie, how Herentals themselves have set in this one, 4-3-3, but looks like there's the missing link in terms of the final third of their attack in this instance, where they really did struggle to create the right opportunities. But we did see some moments and flashes that they were trying to create something, but not to be nonetheless.
No, in the first half, I think I agree with Jemba. Simba didn't control. Herentals are doing so well, and if you see in midfield, they've taken the midfield with Piri and Mupuma. They are doing so well, and if you see going up front, okay, Tino is alone. Sometimes, okay, Benza Senior is there doing some tricks and here and so forth, but that power going forward with Majarira they're a little bit far away from each other, I would say. But they've done so well in terms of controlling the ball coming from the back, and you see Kagudu at the back, and he's doing so well. Great crosses from the right. He's been doing so well, and I think they've done so well. First half, Simba, they are getting it difficult to go forward. They've tried by all means. They hit the crossbar, but it's not enough chance. I would say so.
And now let's look at Terence. Look at what Totorai Jiraya needs to do in this sense for his team, because looks like they're not creating enough the chances. They did in the first 10 minutes or so, but we did see how now the game, they fizzled out of it, kind of. They were not in control of the game. You would have expected them, with their formation, with the number of midfielders that they've put in, that they should be controlling this game by this far.
Well, I mean, Herentals is always tricky in the second half, and obviously they're in for a very tough second half. If you don't, when you're playing Herentals, if you don't take advantage of the first half, the second half will always be very, very tricky. And getting into the second half, what he actually needs to do now is ensure that he has a ball player. I mean, he's actually pulling out one, probably Makunike, out from the middle of a park. Obviously, maybe bring in Walter in the middle of a park, and maybe unleash a trickery and more vibrant player at the left channel. That probably would actually give them a little bit of oomph going forward. But the challenge that I'm also seeing is Machopa is nowhere. I mean, for me, he has been off position. I mean, the other time I saw him making a cross in a position where he's supposed to be. So that lacks a little bit of positional discipline. The moment you're off, if they had that third player, I mean, or playmaker, you would have probably fit in. But if you don't have, then you always have you're always off position, because the position that you leave out, the space you create, there's nobody coming in and to take over.
Now, Herentals are known, Chief Justice Majavi, to be a second half team. Teams that fail to beat them in the first half really win against them in the second half. They're more of a second half team because of their tactics and how they exert themselves. Are Simba Bhora in danger of this same spell that we have seen over the season this year on how Herentals play?
Of course, I agree. Simba Bhora should be very much alert about that, because as long as Benza Senior has gone out, the complexion of game is going to change. Herentals are going to put more power going up front, so they need to be cautious. It's a moment whereby they are well known. You know, they're well known that all their second halves, they are good and they play very well. So it's time for Simba Bhora, if they are to contain them, until maybe they can get a chance and then they score and they are settled. Because if you don't score, maybe Herentals will get a goal, then the game is gone. If it will be put beyond reach, the time you're trying to get an equalizer, they might add another goal as well.
And of course, Herentals boast of a player who sometimes when he comes or plays, always gives them this oomph in terms of either he comes in as a holding midfielder or he gets into the midfield or he's a defender. That is Maraba Mkambi when he comes in, and the influence that he has in the second half. Do you think this is the kind of energy that Herentals need in the second half if they're going to make it? Because we see right now during the first half is profusely warming up, looking like probably is going to be coming in the early start of the second half.
Yeah, of course they might use that tactic, bring him in on, then he will be disturbing every move. You know how he plays. We have seen him playing for Dynamos. His play, is relatively about disturbing the move. Maybe he might come in and try to neutralize in the midfield where there's Makunike, Chipunza, and Saunyama. Yeah, so he will try by all means to go and harass them so that they don't get the chance, enough balls going up forward. So it's another tactical change that they're going to make. And if they do that, maybe it's going to work to their advantage.
Let's look at what Tonera Ndiraya needs to do. I'm sure you would have seen how his team has played in this instance and how he needs to control the game. Looking at his bench, where can you look and decide to say, okay, which area am I supposed to clean up? Because he's got good players on the bench. It's a big squad. 2 foreigners, attacking midfielders, and a holding one as well. In that instance, that is in Mensa as well as Ofliko in there for them amongst the other regulars that are always there for Simba Bhora.
It would just be nice to see how the foreigners play. I mean, I was gonna make a reference to Mensa. I want to see how he does play. I mean, if in any case we have a foreign player, we want to see them play. We want to see how they can influence matches. We want to see how their talent goes as far as their existence also is to be justified. So I want to see how the changes, but the changes really have to really bring in a fluid player, one who has to link in between the deep holding midfielders and the attack. That's pretty much what has been lacking. And obviously in the forward, I'm not so sure if Machope is in the game. I haven't seen much of him. I only saw the header that went that hit the post. And obviously second half, want to see if probably maybe it was to do with the supply. But let's see how Coach Tonde really employs his arsenal in the second half.
All right, so we wait to see how the second half is. Of course, this is match day 30 of the Kasulaga Premier Soccer League, where the students and Herentals are taking on Simba Bhora right here at Rufaro Stadium. And also, don't forget, tomorrow, we've got another big game. That is Caps United taking on Bulawayo Chiefs. It will be live right here on ZBC TV. So make sure, same time tomorrow, you are tuned into ZBC TV as we shall be giving you that live commentary. We see also the students, Herentals, they've got Marcelelo sitting on the benches, one who loves to take the pace and disturb in the middle of the park. He plays a good midfield role and is the one who usually spreads these long range passes. He's very accurate in those as well. Do you see him coming and influencing this game in the second half?
I think they are not short of choices in midfield. In the first half they've done so well with Mupuma and Piri, so they still got enough ammunition. I think they can still do that, but I think they are going to do it because they know they've already controlled the game. They only need to put more power into their game going forward. But looking at their squad, it's not relatively bad. They've done so well. So far, so good.
Indeed. So do you maintain your prediction 2-1, or you want to change it before we go?
I still maintain the 2-1 because you can see the chances going forward. Maybe they can still change the tempo of the game.
Terence?
Well, a 2-0, lead cushion.
2-0. Let's go back to Stanley Katande and, of course, John Kani as they give us live commentary of the second half.
The second half. Herentals versus Simba Bhora. The halftime score was 0-0. But, of course, Simba Bhora enjoyed a lot of possession, but they could not make it count. And, of course, many teams have lived to regret. Many will remember what happened between Caps United and Dynamos. And a reminder, tomorrow it will be Caps United themselves taking on Bulawayo Chiefs here at the same venue, Rufaro Stadium. 3 o'clock kickoff. And, of course, these two teams have played out some tough matches. Let's see what will happen come Sunday, that is tomorrow. And the two teams are now back on the field of play. We are not yet informed of any changes, but I can see that Herentals have got one player running up and down the field, looking like he's about to be brought in. Eric Dombo is the player concerned, and with the Honorable now passing around the technical area. Looks like Innocent Benza might call it a day. Let's wait and see. Dombo ready to come on, and then they also have another one, Maliselo. Maliselo has already stripped and ready to come on. But of course, Blessing Piri and others waiting to come on. Confirmation. Dombo comes on, as well as Maliselo. We will, of course, confirm the substitutions. And Simba Bhora themselves are also making some changes.
Perfect Chikwende is coming
Chikwende.
in. Yes.
Yeah.
Ishmael Nyani is
Ishmael
also
Nyani.
getting himself ready for coming in.
These are veterans who have seen it all at this level. And it looks like Tondra Indraya is stepping up a gear. He must have seen enough and wants to introduce a change. Chikwende comes on. Nyani is one of them. And what do you make of those changes, especially from Herentals' point of view? They seem to have taken off, they've taken off Innocent Benza.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, I think it somehow whispers into the thought that we had in the first half, or that Herentals may have wanted to come into this game to hold Simba Bhora at bay in the first half, and then probably come in with a sting in the second half, because they are coming in now to sharpen their strike force. We are not saying Benza didn't do well, but we are saying here they are now looking for that killer goal that sort of takes the stuff out of Simba Bhora's life and hopefully seal off the game. So hopefully that's the strategy. We now then expect Simba Bhora to expect more coming from Herentals. So now will it be a question of Simba Bhora just going all out and probably leaving holes at the back, which Herentals will seek to exploit? We'll wait and see in the next 45 minutes.
As we get underway here at Rufaro Stadium, the second half gets underway. Dombo has it first touch, but gives away possession. And Perfect Chikwende thought that he had done the job perfectly, but this one rolls out of touch for a throw-in to Herentals. Rugudu. Chikwende. But of course, Makunika is brought down and the referee is not happy, so he pulls play back for a free kick.
The referee in that case had given hope for an advantage play, so that's why the whistle was delayed in coming, and rightfully so for the referee Lloyd Mapanji in that situation. That's a good call from the referee, good match officiating and good decision making.
Yes, indeed. He has also played the advantage rule very well. Play inside the area. Chikwende goes down controversially. Oh, that was close. If he had blown his whistle, that would have been a penalty. Thank God, from a Herentals point of view, that we do not have VAR. That could have called for a relook at what had happened. And Michael Nis, with an eagle eye on proceedings here, trying to identify those players that he can use in the Zimbabwe national team. And I must say, as of today, the most popular coach in the country.
Yes, welcome, coach. I'm sure he's created himself a number of fans from the local game, and of course that's based on the results that we've seen, promising results, and also not only that, but also good performances from the Warriors setup. which has proved that he's quite a defensively minded coach. He protects his goal and then goes on the offensive. Imagine we've only conceded 1 goal in the past 4 matches that Zimbabwe Warriors have played, which is commendable.
And when you consider the fact that we've played against Cameroon, of all teams that are sitting top of our group, it goes a long way to show that the man is trying his best to do a good job, and the players seem to have responded positively, especially young Walter Msona, as we confirm the scoreline 0-0. If you're joining us for the first time, throw into Simba Bhora. It's taken all the way back. Tafa. Intelligently played to the near side here. Ishanesu. Mauchi will find his goalkeeper. Talbert Tanunu Rwashumba. It's picked in the center by Manenji, who goes forward, lays it through dangerously here. And Chikwende goes around his marker. He's looking for support, gets it on the far side. The cross, it bounces off an opponent, out of play for a corner. But certainly perfect Chikwende has injected some life into the attack for Simba Bhora.
Will that be a perfect substitution by Simba Bhora? Coach Tondra Ndiraya, we wait and see. But so far, perfect Chikwende introducing himself into this encounter with some brilliant moves and brilliant touches that he has shown us this afternoon so far.
Yes, indeed, very good so far, as the corner will come. Once again, the captain, Walter Msona, to take it. Goalless is the situation. The cross will come. Commotion inside the area. Manenji collects a blaster, but this one goes over bar. No problem at all for the goalkeeper. But looking at Manenji here, he's so powerfully built. If he can pick a hard one towards goal, I fear for the goalkeeper, who is very, young man and small frame. He might go into the net with it.
Yeah, well, Albert Manenji, they're coming in with a swift left footer, which had venom behind it. They did been on target, it would have troubled goalkeeper for Herentals. But of course, well, it's a fair attempt if you look at it in the bigger scheme of things. You can't fault him. He did very well. The way he addressed the ball with his full laces, full-blooded shot, and of course it bounced off it went over the bar. And Herentals survived.
Yeah, Herentals survived as the goal kick is about to be taken. The referee was in a conversation with our camera person near the goal line. Sure, he must have been making a comment about the position being too close. Yes, Takuzwa, Chikosi, straight into touch. Yes, a throw in once again. Mauchi prepares to take it. And confirmation of the substitutions of Perfect Chikwende coming on. Herentals with Majarira. Back again to trying to find his marker, but Manenji intercepts. Manenji from afar looking for Machope. And now Herentals is taken away by the substitutes. Looking very lively on the far side. Turns in field. The cross will come. Nobody home for Simba Bhora. And this one tested down by Dombo. Pass comes through. Piri. Past his man. Tries to get the return pass but fails. Sona. Sona still in possession. Turns away from his marker. The throw in quickly taken. Majarira into the box. And Shumba will take it away. Still goalless if you're joining us for the first time. And remember, tomorrow we've got more action here at Rufaro Stadium when Caps United, the home team, will be taking on Bulawayo Chiefs. And of course, we can expect lots of fireworks. Chikwende with the throw for Simba Bhora. In the center, this is Blessing. This is Makunike, young junior Makunike. Stands on the ball, chips through. Chikwende. But of course, Herentals looking very solid in defense. Manenji past his marker. Does well to find Mauchi. To the near side from Sona. Back to Mauchi. Moyo. Drifts forward. Chikwende far side to Tafa. As Machope will have to guide it backwards. This is Moyo. Lovely stuff as they go forward. What a sliding tackle coming in from Majarira. The flag stayed down. Blessing Moyo has lost it. And finally, Simba Bhora pick it up once again. This is Tafa. They are pressing and pressing here. Easily dealt with. Majarira beaten in the air. It comes to Dombo here. The cross will come. It's a long one. Looking for Tinotenda Benza. Benza will have to do his best, and this one goes out of play. And free kick has been awarded. But Simba Bhora certainly are looking at a different proposition here.
Yes.
They would like to break the deadlock.
Yes, they've upped their game, they've upped their tempo. They are looking for more promising than what we saw of them in the first half. But still, we can still not rule out Herentals coming in with a shocker, coming in with a stinger at the other side of Simba Bhora. So Simba Bhora will also be advised to just make sure they maintain their guard at the back, because anything can still happen out of this game.
Oh yes, anything can happen. It's a crazy game. As we wait for Blessing Moyo to get up and get on with it. He has one word or two for the far side assistant referee. He must have talked himself into the referee's book.
Yes, he must have. Because Tino Benz was also going for the same ball. And then, of course, his elbow flung into the face of Moyo. And thereby giving away a free kick. If as you look at it again there, look at Benza. Oh, that was a deliberate elbow.
That was a deliberate.
That was a deliberate elbow. Tino Benza will have survived out of this one. Very lucky to escape that.
We don't have VAR. That is a red card.
That's a sanctionable elbow. Yes, indeed. I agree with you, Stanley. He survived that one. It looked deliberate.
Yes, indeed. There's a perfect Chikwende. Finds Sona. Back to Chikwende. Turns away from his marker. Plays it to the far side for Manenji. As now Simba Bhora coming through. Back to Misona. He's all over the place. The cross inside the area. Makunike! Good save by the goalkeeper. It's picked up now. Simba Bhora asking all the questions. Manenji looking very comfortable on the ball. The big belly striker. Comes back to Mauchi. Dombo with the touch. Mauchi fights for possession. Benza gets it, but finally taken away. It comes back to Blessing Piri for Herentals, who falls under challenge. Referee blows. Free kick right in the center circle. And Tanunu Washumba, yellow card confirmed. The referee had given these players a lot of leeway. The first 45 minutes didn't have many yellow cards, but the second is a different proposition altogether. Here comes Dombo. The cross comes in. It's a hopeless one. High and wide. No problem for the goalkeeper. Surely Celestino Benza won't be happy with that.
Yeah, that's a disappointing delivery. After being set off with all acres of space in front of him, he wasted that cross. He would have delivered better. Otherwise, Herentals will live to real this kind of chances if it continues like this. Their crosses from the wings haven't been convincing. They haven't been promising.
Yes, not promising at all. As Shumba prepares to dispatch this one over the halfway line. Picked up by Dombo, who runs across field. Finds support from Kiri. But it's taken away by Majarira. Good turn away from his marker. Long clearance. Mauchi is standing firm. Piri wins it. Benza going for it, but leaves it for Dombo. Dombo to Benza. Benza showing the ball to the opponent. And here's a chance now for Machope. There's perfect Chikwende. Oh, the cross is overcooked. But Chikwende had made a very good run. And in the end, they have to restart the formula. Here's a chance now for Tafa. Out of play.
He overdid it.
Yes.
I think he did very well to send a gun in the first instance, but then with the fly sending a cross into the box, he would have needed more. As it is now, they've only got in a corner. I mean, a throw in on the far side.
Oh, yes, indeed. Throw in on the far side, which they take. Picked up. Here is Blessing Moyo. Trying from afar, but again, easily taken away. This time around, Dombo will pick it up. Lays it into the center. Mauchi does well to clear. Picked up by Msona. Big again into the center. This is Manenji. All the way to Chikwende. Manenji again. Chikwende should have known that it was going to be a give and take. But he didn't run into space. It's all the way back. And these fans clearly see that it's going to be very difficult to get a goal here against Herentals.
Stubborn Herentals. They spoiled the return trip for these fans expecting to win their maiden league title. Well, we still have a few more minutes, about 30 more minutes, half an hour to go in this game. Anything is still possible.
Anything is still possible as the referee blocks the ball, and it's going to be a drop ball. And he gives it back to Herentals. Long ball forward in the center. This is a good position. Tussle for it. Good block. Another block again, and this one out of play for what looks like a corner. It is a corner kick to be taken by Herentals. Quickly taken. Long one inside the area. Blasted away. Oh, Macharira tried his best, but this one out of play. Both sides are looking for the killer goal.
Herentals are knocking. Will they break the door down? Will they unlock the Simba Bhora defense? Will they beat out the Shumba? Well, so far, Herentals are promising. In the last 5 minutes, Herentals have been showing that they can still do something in this game. And Simba Bhora are better advised to watch out.
Definitely, they have to watch out. As Dombo prepares to take this one. Long one inside the area. And it's a bit too far away. But the cross is taken. Edge of the area. Mauchi shields the ball away and finally clears the danger. And he gets a round of applause from a nervous Simba Bhora crowd. Appeals for a handball given. That will be a free kick. Huge relief for Simba Bhora because they were under pressure.
And that's thanks to a poor first touch control from Tino Benza. The ball is sprung off his foot and played to his hand, thereby giving out a handball to Simba Bhora.
Oh, yes, indeed. This is Eric Dombo. Tries to chip but fails. Piri looking for his right foot. Back to Dombo. Piri again into the center. Danger here, but finally cleared. Yes. Tinashe Mpuma fighting and fighting, trying to break the deadlock here. And it's out of play. We wait for the throw-in to be taken. And, Simba Bhora taking their time in dispatching this one. The flick. Herentals lose possession. Young Makunika Jr. lays it to the far side. Tata will drift forward, is it? He checks in field. Oh, yeah.
That is
Hungry for goals.
Ambitious effort from
Very
way that range.
Very
You've got to be
ambitious.
sure of yourself.
Ishmael Nyani should know that I should have done a lot better. And you cannot beat a goalkeeper of Chikosi's caliber from that sort of distance. Now Chikosi ready to dispatch it, and you can see there Maraba, former Dimbare midfielder, playing for Herentals.
Maraba, who's known as that tough, tight defender.
Oh, yes.
So these days, a dynamos.
And despite his small frame, the guy can be tough.
Dynamite comes in small packages.
Yes, indeed. And whoever coined that statement, he must have had this guy in mind. Here they come once again, Dombo. He has had lots of possession. This is a good-looking cross, but cleared away. And Machope runs away from an offside position as the ball is taken up now once again by Herentals. This is Rugudu. Played through to Benza. Does well to find Dombo. The cross comes in. And the return pass from Majarira goes away. That will be a goal kick to Talbot Tanunu Washumba. Tafa played forward. Chikwende is beaten in the air. It comes back to Manenji. And it's picked up by Machope once again. The chances they come. This is Junior Makunika trying to thread it through the lines, but it's taken away. Lovely work there. Good play. This is Dombo. Herentals are threatening. Tightly monitored by Blessing Moyo. Turns infield. Moyo is the first to arrive. Comes away with it. It clears the danger, but not quite. Now it comes back to Mupuma, who falls under challenge. This Mupuma boy has been very active in the middle of the park.
He's been very well, playing very well. And if you look at the situation there, it's telling us that the Herentals are now coming.
Oh yes, they play the ball, but a bit too early. Usually in such positions, the referee will say play to the whistle. And the Herentals didn't do that.
Yeah, the referee was still doing some housekeeping.
Yes. And now the free kick can be retaken. Tino Benza, Rugudu. And Mpuma behind the ball. Another chance here. Kawe set to come on for Simba Bhora.
Junior Makunike.
And I'm sure they are looking for a fresh pair. And the change has been made. In comes jersey number 88, Vasily Kawe, a central midfielder, to join the fray for Simba Bhora. And the Herentals are not to be left out. They now have jersey number 10 lining up on the bench, Dreamer. And they are calling on
Blessing
Majarira.
Blessing Majarira being pulled off.
To leave the field of play and make way for Dreamer. Let's see if Dreamer can make a difference as we look at the matches being played elsewhere.
Well, so far we have Pekita Minerals at home, but trading to Green Fuels by a solitary goal scored in the 59th minute. And yet on the other end, Chicken Inn are trading by 1 goal to Tel 1. And in this case, Ngezi, in another match, Ngezi are leading by 1 goal to 0 over Security Pirates, a goal scored in the 48th minute, whereas Platinum are leading by 3 goals to 0 against Yada, and they're still goalless at the Kariba, at the power station between ZPC Kariba and Wange.
Confirmation of the substitution, as you also see Walter Msona lying face down, injured, and I'm sure it's nothing serious, so that Chandra Indraya will continue to use the highly talented midfielder. All hands are on young Msona. It looks like a facial injury. Let's take a look at it. Oh, yes, it is. The free kick went straight into his face, and he fell face down. He should be all right.
Yeah, he should be all
right. I know that he's been dizzied a while, but he should be able to get up and get on with it.
speaks of the hazards of the trade,
Exactly.
of being in a wall when a free kick is being taken against you.
And it also shows bravery.
Yes.
Not to duck, because when you duck, you actually disadvantage your team. But Musona put his body on the line, and he was hit on the head.
That's the proverbial taking one for your team.
Exactly. Let's wait and see how this throw will be taken. Is Innocent Benza, the senior player in the Herentals outfit, now sitting on the bench as Mupuma takes a long throw into the area. Danger here. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. Tanunu Rwashumba. That was sailing into the bottom corner. And this man must have missed a bit.
Yes, not very happy with what he saw. The Herentals are threatening now, and of course the technical bench has every good reason to come in and shake their boys to being focused, stay alert and make no mistake. Let's make sure we protect our goal and let's not concede, especially at this stage of the game.
Yes, 22 minutes to go here before the end of the match. As we wait for the corner to be taken, it's Tino Benza to take it. He takes it long into the area, headed away by Simba Bhora. But this will be picked up by Mupuma, but decides to take a throw. Dombo fighting for possession, and is taken away from him. The ball is a bit too far ahead of Ishmael Nyani, and that will be a throw into Herentals, who are enjoying a lot of useful possession here, forcing the log leaders to backpedal. Simba Bhora sitting comfortably at the top of the log, 21 points ahead of the second place team. Surely, I don't think there's anyone who can overtake them here. Yeah, point of correction. It's 21 points is between Herentals and Simba Bhora, and it's 5 points ahead of second place. That's FC Platinum. So, yes, point of correction there. Still everything to play for FC Platinum. A tough nut to crack, having won the title 4 times in a row. They have been around. They know exactly what to do. Herentals clear. This one is headed away by Blessing Oyo. Picked up on the near side by Tino Benza. Trying to get past Mauchi. Plays the ball straight to the goalkeeper, who is pushed. And the Faisal assistant referee's flag was up for offside. So that will be a free kick to Simba Bhora. And Talbot Shumba stays down. I'm sure he fell awkwardly, but
he was impeded. He was impeded as he ran in for the flight of that ball. And of course, the Herentals striker was also going for the same ball. But Talbot Shumba got first to the ball, but in his follow-through, he was then impeded by the Herentals striker.
Here is how it happened. Yeah, actually twice. And the referee is absolutely right in awarding that free kick. So Talbot Shumba to do the honors in a goalless situation. And he clips it long. Headed back. And this is Mauchi allowing the ball into touch for a throw-in, which he will take, leaving Blessing Oyo. But they've lost possession. Dombo picks it up, but it's played into touch by Mauchi. Benza, Tino takes it. Brighton Majarira. Dombo beaten in the air. This is Manenji. Lays it wide onto the far side, but well shepherded. And for a moment that I thought that they'd lost the ball. Brighton had lost the ball, but the referee blew, and that's a good interception. Simba Bhora going forward. This is Msona. Neatly doing it. Manenji. The chance now. Chikwende. The shot will come. Blocked. Young Msona looks very comfortable with the ball. Here he is. Plays it to his teammate who fights for the ball, and this one goes out of play. Free kick. Well, the Simba Bhora player was trying to buy a penalty from the referee, but
and the
referee is wise enough.
None of that.
Mapanje will not fall for that. He's down injured. Well tried, young man, but Mapanje is a highly experienced man, and he knows what happens in football. So free kick to Herentals.
But of course, the referee giving the player a few lecture words there to say, I've been in this trade for some time. I know all the tricks in the book. You cannot fool me.
Yeah, this is how it came about. Sona laying out the ball well. He slipped and went down on his knees. And he tried as much as possible to create an impression that he's been fouled. But of course, he knows very well that he wasn't. So the free kick will come. Chikosi's long ball forward. Headed on there by Mupuma. And Talbot Shumba is the first to arrive. Actually allows it over the byline as these fans are singing their voices hoarse in anticipation of a victory here. But this one will be difficult to come. But I'm sure the title may be theirs. Maybe theirs.
They have every reason to believe.
They do have. They are playing well.
And one thing about the crowds, Stanley, they are not as many, but they have the presence. You can feel both sets of fans here. Both there are actually some drum beating Herentals fans, as well as the dancing crew all the way from Shamva, who are coming here to support their team Simba Bhora, who are looking poised to get to the promised land.
Yes, they are looking good indeed as the cross comes in, but stopped once again. Picked up by Manenji, who clips it onto the near side, looking for his captain, and a chance here. Young Sona can't get to it, ball taken away. He plays it backwards. Mupuma has got a touch, and finally, Herentals are blocked.
Very unnecessary from Nyani, very unnecessary.
Indeed,
you have tackled the player, and of course the bench is bound to protest, but you don't go to them. You don't go forward. You rather get off the scene.
That was provocative.
Yes, yes.
That was very provocative.
Yeah, Ishmael Nyani is at fault in that incident.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
And perfect
We don't need
this. There's no need for him to do that. As we take a look again at how it all happened. And Manenji came in with a late tackle and took out Dombo. And the referee, of course, will take care of all this.
One thing that I've noticed, Stanley, when we get into situations like this, when there's a crude foul, as in this case, I think the other players who want to come in and rush onto the scene, they actually inflame the situation.
Exactly.
They actually create more chaos. But if you realize psychologically, when the two players who have tackled each other on their own, they cannot go any further in terms of the altercation.
Exactly.
But it's the other players who come in and crowd the scene, come in and crowd the referee, who actually inflame the situation. But of course, Nyani did not do well. He did not behave very well in that instant. You have crudely tackled an opponent. You don't incite the situation further. You don't inflame the situation any further.
Exactly. Challenging the Herentals bench. And Dombo is being helped off the field of play. Once again, we pray that it's nothing serious, because Celestino Benza would like to make a tactical substitution as opposed to an injury-inspired one. Confirmation of that scoreline as it stands. 0-0 is the scoreline here. Herentals putting up a big fight. 76 minutes, 14 to go before the end of the encounter.
And Nyani has just been booked. Yeah, rightfully so. He's been shown the yellow card by the referee, Lloyd Mapanje.
Well done, Lloyd Mapanje. And the goalkeeper has gone down again. I'm sure he's tussled with Walter Msona. Had some contact in it.
Or he's changing footwear.
Now the tempers have cooled down. You can see Kagudu and Manenji talking to each other there in a friendly manner.
Which is right, which is good. Yes, sportsmanship. Yes. Of course, football is a physical encounter. There are times when people clash, when players clash physically. Yeah.
Confirmation of the substitution of the yellow card. Majarida blessing. Yellow card as well, but Majarida has since left. Rugodo preparing to play this ball, but it's a bit far from danger for Simba Bhora. The likes of Perfect Chikwende fired up. He wants to break the deadlock, maybe to impress Kondera Indirayas, so that next time he is included in the starting lineup.
These are the crucial last 15 minutes of a match. You know, games can be won or lost in the last 15 minutes. More so the game that we are seeing today, where it's been a stalemate for the past 76 minutes. And anything can happen, but this is where you need to be focused. Remain cool, calm, and collected. Focus on the business on the day, and hopefully get a result. But this is the period where villains and heroes arise.
Indeed, indeed, you're quite right, Joseph. Another confirmation, Albert Manenji with a yellow card for that crude tackle. Let's see how Rugodo will play this one. The goalkeeper trying to slow the game down. Well, I've seen players regret some moves like this, Joe. You delay the game and you concede. And there'll be no time to fight back.
And you can't recycle the minutes.
You can't recycle the minutes. Here's the kick. It's taken short. Dombo throwing himself into the penalty box. And nearly got it right. And finally, it's taken away. Chikwende.
The referee played advantage, but I'm sure he'll come back for that infringement for a booking.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
I'm sure when play stops, you will want to come and book the player.
Indeed, as the good cross comes in and taken away by the goalkeeper, Talbot Shumba. End-to-end stuff here. Perfect Chikwende. He doesn't do a good job there. And this one played straight out for a throw-in, which Simba Bhora will do well to take early. Nyani with a long clearance, trying to set up a run with Machope, but this one goes all the way to the goalkeeper, Chakuzwa Chikosi, who clears the ball down, and a miscued effort plays the ball into touch. Both sets of players now desperate to break the deadlock. And finally, it's partially cleared. Here's Manenji, the player who nearly created a spark. Yeah, Sona was in an offside position.
He was in an offside position. I don't think he's justified to wag his finger at the first assistant referee on the near side.
Even these fans do agree with me. And you, as the ball is cleared away, kept in play intelligently there. And finally, Tafa can blast it forward. It's anywhere goes as Manenji brings it down. Nyani back again to Mauchi, who finds his goalkeeper, who plays the ball forward. Sona can't quite control it. Cleared away. And once again, as they come, Dombo with a useful cross. This one doesn't get to anybody. Perfect Chikwende nicely beaten. Piri blasts it out of danger. Tasso for the ball there. Good running indeed from the far side. Turns in field, brought down. Free kick. Free kick, that was a good run from the far side by the young man Ishmael Nyani. And of course the Simba Bhora crowd enjoying themselves in the stands. They know after today it will be maybe one more point. They would like to get all three to extend the lead. And it's Walter Msona once again with set pitch duty. Playing it from the far side, the Vietnam end, if you're familiar with Rufaro Stadium. Here it comes. Easily taken by Takuzwa Chikosi. Good goalkeeping. And he throws it forward. Dombo, the substitute, plays it in field but taken away by Msona. He's already back in the field of play. Young Msona all over the place. Nyani working himself into the referee's book. Oh, very lucky that Nyani, as Shumba continues to direct his defenders to move into the preordained positions. Once again, we remind you that tomorrow it will be Caps United versus Bulawayo Chiefs from Bulawayo. Nyani is pulled back, and that will be a free kick. Players are clearly tired here. Whoever is beaten is getting pulled back. Msona once again to take the free kick in this goalless situation as we count down the minutes. 7 to go, plus of course stoppage time with lengthy stoppage after the scuffle following the crude tackle by Alex Manenji on Dombo. Takuzwa also positioning his defenders. He knows young Msona can produce dangerous crosses. Here he comes now, Msona into the area. A chance here. Oh! This one goes away, but that was a well-taken kick.
Yeah, a beautiful cross from Captain Walter Msona on the far side. But of course, Timon Machope did not get the right connection of his head. He did gone into the net, probably it would have decided the game. But of course, he didn't get a good connection. Okay, the referee saying the ball was rolling. Goalkeeper Chikosi, you should have had the stationary ball before he dispatched it. So having to recall play back for a restart.
Yes, now Chikosi can dispatch it. This is the kick. He gave it a glance instead of a full pumping header towards goal.
Yeah, a proper contact would have seen that ball being directed towards goal.
Exactly. Corner kick as Talbot Shumba allowed the ball to roll over the line, and these fans are surprised. But I don't blame the referee. He's absolutely right. And once again, he's furious with the decision. You better tell your players to learn to play to the whistle.
Yes.
You can easily get distracted. Well, I used to tell my players at Crown Court that if you get yellow carded for contesting the ref's decision, I'll deduct your pay.
Yes.
And they never did that.
Because some of the moves that we see from players are very unnecessary.
Exactly.
You know, either you are inciting or you're trying to distract and also disrupt the flow of the match. At the times, some of the yellow cards our modern day players are earning are very, very unwarranted.
Very unwarranted. As the kick is taken, it looks good, but Shumba is on guard with a clean catch. Gets a pat on the back for a job well done. Talbot Shumba, a safe pair of hands for Simba Bhora. Certainly, Michael Nis is here and watching the match here. Maybe one or two players will gain entry into the national team.
And some of the latest updates from the other games that are being played across the country. Bikita Minares 0, Greenfields 1. On the other end, another match, Chicken Inn are trailing by 1-0 to Tel 1. And the Herentals and Simba Bhora, as we are seeing here, that's what the game we're covering. Ngezi are still leading 1-0 over Chekiti Pirates, and Platinum are thumping Yada by 3-0. And at the power generating city of Kariba, it still remains goalless between ZPC Kariba and Wange.
Those were the score lines. And as the ball is taken there by goalkeeper, confirmation of the score line here, 0-0. Herentals FC versus Simba Bhora FC. Simba Bhora, the log leaders, would have hoped for a set of 3 points. Mauchi goes down out of your picture. The Simba Bhora defender, there he is. He must have been playing with an injury which he aggravated, and now the magical spray is out.
Yeah,
what it does, it kills the pain, just freezes the area so that you can carry on in the last 5 or so minutes. No wonder why players in bigger leagues, they claim for huge salaries.
Yes.
You find somebody who earns 350,000, pounds.
Because the game of football can actually take its toll on your physical,
exactly.
on your body. So
Indeed.
it's a very taxing moment, and more so at a professional level like what we are seeing today.
Yes, indeed, as the referee once again sorts things out, makes sure that only the playing staff are on the field of play, everyone else must be out. So, the restart.
And I'm asking myself, Stanley, if you were coach Tondra Indira in this instance, where you are saying you are chasing the league title, as things stand now, would you rather shut shop and make sure you don't concede? Where you will say picking up a point is better than losing this game?
Well, unfortunately, when you're at the top, I think you tend to be greedy. I would have gone for, conservatism and, just keep what we've got. The point would be all right, but I know that people in general are greedy. They would like a full set of 3 points. Here comes the kick once again, in danger here, and finally cleared away by Nyani. This is Perfect Chikwende, player who impressed at one stage and then went on to play in Tanzania, but that's a good pass played through. Perfect Chikwende fighting for every loose ball, guiding it backwards. Chipunza infield now for Perfect Chikwende. The return pass comes through. Chikwende in a tussle, wins it, turns away from his marker. Infield for Kawe. Here is Manenji. Simba Bhora playing keep ball. Here it comes in, but again Mauchi back on the field of play, and play is stopped. And a free kick has just been awarded to Simba Bhora. I think Tawe was hacked down, and I can see the Simba Bhora technical team, Patson Jaure, given a yellow card, sitting on the bench.
Yeah, I'm sure maybe the time that he got involved, when the Herentals bench got involved crying for a foul against Nyani in that instance, maybe there were a few unsavory words that were exchanged, and then he got punished for that.
Yeah, he started his career at Dynamos, then tried his luck in South Africa, came back, and 3 minutes of stoppage time. That's too little for me.
With the disruptions that we witnessed, yeah, Stanley,
Exactly.
I tend to agree with you in this case.
That's
Yeah,
too
we
little.
would have expected minimum 5 minutes of referee's optional time.
Especially with all the substitutions that have been made.
Yes. So 3 minutes is just being conservative.
Yeah.
We would have expected more.
Now the free kick to come. Finally played all the way to the goalkeeper by Blessing Moyo. Shumba was in 2 minds. It's dangerous. I've seen a player like Pickford make such mistakes of being in 2 minds, and then you lose possession. Blessing Moyo trying to head it backwards. This is dangerous. And Herentals are also trying to buy a penalty, but Mapanje is not interested. Chipunza guides it backwards. Gets the return pass. This is Mauchi. Lots of errors now coming from the players, Dombo. And Mauchi apologizes. As Denza now Plays it forward. Here is Dombo. Throw in. Quickly taken. Danger here. Benza inside the area, but I don't know what he was thinking. And loses possession. Mpuma. On the far side here. Chance and finally free kick given in a very promising position.
Very promising position. And if anything can come out of this free kick for Herentals, I think it will be a sucker punch, because there won't be much time for Simba Bhora to recover and possibly retrieve this game out of the fire. So can Herentals draw a rabbit out of the hat?
Well, let's wait and find out if they can do it. It's still goalless, but very exciting. End-to-end stuff here at Rufaro Stadium. You can expect the same thing tomorrow as we take a second look at the incident. That was soft. The referee has the right to blow, but that was soft. Free kick to be taken in the three-man committee, which is reduced down to two now, discussing the strategy of how to beat this man, Taubet Tanunur Washumba, in goals for Simba Bhora. The log leaders in a goalless situation.
Simba Bhora would be wishing this was their free kick and with Walter Msona behind it.
Then, of
but
course,
can Herentals have a replica or a mirror free kick specialist?
Let's see. Here they come. A wonderful goal! What a goal by Herentals. This is unbelievable. Zibusiso Rugudu. Wow.
A sucker punch.
A pure sucker punch.
We warned Simba Bhora. We spoke against it. The Simba Bhora would have done themselves a favor by wrapping this game earlier on in the match. But of course, they didn't have that bite. They didn't have that sting. They didn't have that efficiency up front. And now Herentals have stuck where it matters most.
Yes, indeed. Take a look at that. Ah, that is beautiful. That's brilliant.
In other terms, they would have said Herentals have poured sand into the Simba Bhora's beverage.
Oh yes, Kudira Chechas with them. And of course, the students are in full voice.
And with some Simba Bhora fans beginning to trickle out of the stadium.
Well, it's a bit too early. Well, I'm sure they're admitting that they've lost it. And Tino Benza. This is how it came. Wonderful. Oh, that's a brilliant free kick. Wonderfully taken. Wonderfully taken by Rugudus Busiso. And the students' crowd, the Herentals crowd in the Vietnam stand in full voice. And they would like to make a substitution. Mukumbi, we call him Maraba, is about to come on. It's all about defending here for Herentals. But there's no time for all that. Looks like Tino Benza will be stretched off. Mukambi is about to come on. Our Herentals cannot believe it.
Well, this is one of the goals that sap all the energy out of you when you are chasing the tackle. You are looking at the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League tackle, your maiden one, and then you concede such a free kick at the death of the game. It certainly can sap any energy that you might have in you. And now Herentals making a substitution just to tone down the game.
Yes, indeed, as the referee restarts the game again. Ball played through. And a chance, Kawi inside the area, and the goalkeeper Takuzwa Chikosi takes it up. And he can take as much time as possible. Of course, I can hear the noise, celebration noise coming from the FC Platinum Stadium for this particular match. And it ends the story here at Trufaro Stadium. A massive 3 points for Herentals, who were in 8th position, 21 points behind Simba Bhora. Now they've clipped up 3 points from that to make it 18 points behind the leaders. Confirmation of that scoreline: Herentals 1, Simba Bhora 0. Your thoughts of the entire 90 minutes?
Well, my thoughts, Stanley, is that Simba Bhora actually gave this one away. They had the game in their hands in the first half. They did everything that they could do in the first half, but they just could not cross the line. They were knitting the passes, they finding each other, working for each other, breaching all the Herentals lines, but there's that one line that they could not beat, beating Chikosi's goal. Then in the second half, we saw a rejuvenated Herentals coming in, who played very well defensively in the first half. And then in the second half, they upped their gear, which for me speaks of a coach who spoke to his team at halftime and said, guys, we've done well to protect our goal in the first half. Now we are going for the kill. And going for the kill they did, and getting the right goal at the right moment they did, and killing any hopes of Simba Bhora getting anything out of this game. So well done to Herentals. Well done for spoiling the Simba Bhora party. And at the end of the day, it's Herentals taking all the 3 points, and Simba Bhora making a long, lonely walk back to Shamba Stadium.
Oh, yes, indeed. A long walk back to Shamba Stadium. But I think Herentals, they threatened on a number of occasions. In a way, it showed that if Simba Bhora don't take full advantage of their possession, Herentals will fight back, and they've done just that, winning by 1-0. And what a free kick taken there by Rukudu. And they did a brilliant job, Sbusiso, to beat the goalkeeper. As we go down now to Valentine Mabugu to talk to one of the coaches.
And of course, you have right here, that is Todorai Ndiraya, the Simba Bhora coach. Coach, a tough one to swallow, especially happening in the last minutes of this encounter. Your overall assessment of the whole game altogether for you?
We had a very poor first half. By our standards, we had a very poor first half. And of course, we tried to improve in the second half. We were getting there. But in all those efforts, we never created enough scoring chances. They were just half chances. But when you are in a tight situation like this, and then you create half chances, you need players who can score those half chances. But unfortunately today, we didn't have any meaningful shots at goal. And in the end, if you do that, you don't win a game. Brilliant free kick, if you ask me. I thought we could have done better to avoid conceding that free kick. But before that, we were under some bit of pressure, and it was just a matter of us taking the ball to the other half of the field. But we were not doing that, and then we kept on. We were continuously under pressure, and in the end, we considered that free kick, which we were duly punished. Yeah, well done to Herentals. We lost today. We need to pick ourselves up. We have an important match next weekend, so we need to forget about this and move on quickly.
And of course, talking about next week and your lead being cut into 6, and next week is a very big game against Caps United as well. That should be a very important one for you to kick on, maybe secure, the 3 points so that you have that buffer for you to clinch the title.
Yeah. Well, next week it should be Chibuku Cup semi-final. Yeah, and then after that we'll probably play Caps United during the midweek. So that means the Caps United match is a must-win match. In fact, we have 2 upcoming matches which are must-win for us. The semi-final against Ngezi, we have to win that one if we want to get into the final. Then, of course, our next home game against Caps United, we have to win that one. But after 12 games, we lost today. Good run from the boys. We don't want to take anything away from them. We pick ourselves up for the next match.
Coach Todorai, tough luck, but thank you very much for coming through. All the best in your future games. All right, there you have it. Simba Bhora coach, that is Todora Istaza Jiraya, saying that indeed they are good run here to come to an end at some point, and after 12 games they get their first defeat. It is the winning coach that I have right here, that is Atleta Benza with us. Coach, congratulations. I'm sure this is one of the suitors' victory because of the rivalry that you share with Simba Bhora, coming from the northern region as well into the Premier Soccer League. Sweet one, particularly at the death of it all.
Yeah, thank you very much. We really need the 3 points. Despite everything, all boys were coming from 2 defeats and 1 draw. So today for us it was very difficult because we really need 3 points. Boys, from now we're going away to Tier 1. So we're very happy with the win, and especially considering that we have beaten the champions. Because for me they are already the champions. Because it's up to them to lose the championship. So I'm very happy that we managed to beat them.
Somebody asked me, and I should ask you this, that you look like you are giant slayers all the time. Where do you get the energy when you play these big clubs? You find a way to really defeat them in this one. Where does it come from, really?
Yeah, it comes from the fact that I always change my personnel. And like what I said before the game, that changing the personnel sometimes works for us, especially against the big teams, because people come to read games. So when they come to read games, and then when it comes to the big game, they see maybe 5-6 changes, and it will be very difficult for them to try and cope with the changes. And it's paying for us, and I'm going to keep on doing that.
Coach Benza, congratulations! A sweet victory for you. You have a safe one. Thank you very much. All right, that is the Herentals, the students' coach. That is Classes Benza with victory today. Again, they've given us another giant killing act. Let's wrap it up right here at Rufaro Stadium. I certainly hope you did enjoy this live broadcast. Let's do make a date tomorrow. Of course, it is Caps United taking on Bulaya Chiefs right here on ZBC TV. My name is Valentine Mabugu on behalf of the group behind the scenes, and of course my panelists, that is Chief Justice Majavi as well as Terence Jemba Malunga. It's bye-bye and happy viewing on ZBC TV.
The second coming of Christ program yakanangana nekudzoka kwa Jesu Kristu. Idi Jesus is coming again. Asi mukati meBible zvinoita sekunge paachauya tinenge tisiri kumachechi, tine tiri kudzimba kuma